Welcome back to All This Math. This is Professor Parker. Shout out to the ancestor Rosa Parks that I got on my t-shirt. Parents, if you're watching this, make sure your children know who Rosa Parks was and the work she did and the community she was a part of. Make sure they know about the Montgomery bus boycott of 1955, Dr. King, all the other people that was involved in that. All right. If you're here, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe. If you got any questions at the end of as I explain what I'm about to explain, please put your questions and or your comments in the comment section. All right. And please also share this video with at least one other person. All right. Now, what are we doing today? We're doing something that is an example of what a lot of people refer to as new math, which is not really new, but it might be new to you. And that's cool. All right. But by the time you finish watching this video, it's not going to be new no more. You're going to understand how to do it. When your children come home with the homework, if they're like in first grade, they might see this kindergarten, first grade, they might see this method, right, of doing addition with two-digit numbers, and everything's going to be cool. You're not going to have to yell at them or feel frustrated. All right, now, 17 plus 15. What we're going to do is we're going to represent 17 and the 15 using symbols, right? For the tens, right, how many tens do we have? We got one, because there's one in the tens place. All right, we're going to use a vertical bar to represent that. How are we going to represent the ones? Circles and X's, circles and X's, circles and X's. All right, so let me show you how I represent 17. Because 17 consists of 10, 1 10, and 7 ones. We're going to draw one vertical bar. That's our 10. That's our 10, right? What about these sevens? Or what about this 7? Not sevens. What about this 7? I'm going to do 7 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you can do the same thing on a piece of paper. Set it up like this. So 17 can be represented as a picture, right? Looking like this. All right. Now, what about this 15? All right. The 15 is a 10 with 5 ones. Now, I'm going to deal with the ones first. But I'm going to use X's to represent these ones just to kind of differentiate between these ones and these ones. All right. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to come down here because I'm running out of space. 4, 5. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 5 ones are represented by the X's. All right. Then what about this 10? What about this 10? I'm going to represent that the same way I represented this one. All right. Boom. So the 10s are vertical bars. The ones are either O's and X's, O's or X's. All right. Now, draw an equal sign. Add up your 10s. How many 10s you got? 10 and 10 is 20. We got 2 10s. That's like saying 2 times 10. So you could even, like with this, you could introduce multiplication. Because you could say 10 plus 10 is 20. Or you could say 2 times 10. Or 10 2 times is also 20. To show the relationship between addition and multiplication. You can start that early. All right. So you write your 20, put a plus sign. Why am I putting a plus sign? Because we still got to add the ones. So let's add up, or let's count all the ones, right? We can just count all the ones. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 12 ones, right? So that means that 7 plus 5 is 12. So we're going to put a 12 over here. Now, when I use this method, this is what I do. Because this second number is larger than 10, I'm going to make another quick 10 drawing. All right, make another quick 10 drawing. So I'm going to break this 12 down the same way I broke down the 17 and the same way I broke down the 15. All right, well, really the way I broke down the 17, right? With the 1 bar and the 7 O's. So I'm going to do boom, and then 1, 2, right? So now I got 20 plus this 10. 20 plus this 10 is 30. And then I got the 2, so I got plus 2. Now I could count on from 30 using the count on method that your children are probably familiar with, the counting on method, right? Or I could just replace the 0 with a 2, right? And end up with 32, and that's our final answer. So that means the 17 plus 15 is 32. Now, if anybody's watching this wondering why we got to do all that, what's the point of this? This is stupid. I don't like this. Well, the point is to have your children better understand the concept of arithmetic, the concept of addition, and the concept of place value. Because not understanding that wreaks havoc in the future. It's going to, if they're in first grade and they don't understand this concept, it's going to wreak havoc and make math more difficult in second grade, which is then going to make math more difficult in third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade, and so on. And then that's how you end up with children that hate math, scared of math, don't ever want to do math. And then they out in the street getting taken advantage of when they go into the store and they don't know how to count their change. So they're getting back incorrect change, getting robbed every day. Right. And they never want to go into certain jobs, certain job fields, right, and careers because they were scared of math. So these methods are helpful. I promise you, they're helpful, right? So parents, if you're watching this, take your time, embrace it, try to learn it. It's not that difficult, right? Add this to your arsenal. Now, you might not have learned how to do addition this way. 30 years ago, 40 years ago. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, look at the bright side. Now you know an additional way to do addition. Why would you not want to know additional ways? Why would you want to be limited? Don't limit yourself and don't limit your children. All right. So if you're here, if you didn't hit the like button already, go ahead and hit the like button. If you didn't subscribe, hit the subscribe button. If you could, please share this video with at least one other person. If you still got questions or comments, drop them in the comments section. All right. I'll see you all in the next video.